today's show, we're here at the Mind Body Spirit Festival. We're taking a look of everything for your mind, body and soul. You're doing meditation. It's all about meditation. Now you run obviously a little group as well.
Yeah, we have Brahma Kumari's Raj Yoga centers. There are about 8,000 centers in 110 countries around the world. On behalf of Mind Body Spirit organization, we are introducing the basics of meditation.
It's pretty smooth, and I've done your class and it's very easy. It's a great ease into meditation because not everybody can switch off. So what are the techniques?
The techniques of meditation, there is a lot of myth about meditation that only people, religious group or chant mantra. But if you can worry, you can meditate.
Yeah.
It's the same process. In worrying, you take your mind to some problem. In meditation, you take your mind to peaceful place. So you can vacuuming the house and take your mind somewhere and meditate.
That might be good because then you're not, focusing on the daily chores. You can go to different places.
That's normal. I mean, that whole myth about you have to wear some special clothes, sit special way, where you require meditation in daily life, anywhere. So you can just do it as what you are doing on a tram, train. I travel from Frankston to city. I sit and meditate. I just take my thoughts away.
There you go. You got an hour there on a train just to disappear. Yeah.
And people sit opposite and doing their makeup for 1 hour. It's choices.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you must be very calm now.
Problems in life you can't avoid.
Yeah.
Only thing with meditation you have a stability. It's like your shock absorber.
Yeah.
You can have a less shocks of life. Yeah. So you can have not used to go up and down before, but now it's just, you can't avoid shock. What happened in Japan, I was just telling earlier on, in Japan, all amount of money was not useful.
Yeah.
Only thing valuable at that time is your stability, and that stability comes from meditation.
Right behind me is the psychic room. So there's a massive amount of psychics behind me. So it's overwhelming.
Not really. I'm just here with my girlfriend. She's trying to work out who she wants to see at the moment. So it's great though. The whole show's great. It's really well set up. So
do you come here for any particular reason? Or?
Just to check out what's available. I've lived in Darwin for the last 3.5 years, so we don't really have anything up there. Yeah. So
gee, that would be tough.
To be in civilization again to have all this. So yeah.
So how do you keep spirited then when you're up in Darwin?
Family and friends. Yeah, good people around me all the time. So yeah.
So are you one for the psychics then or not?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
So when was your last reading?
Oh, probably about 10 years ago.
Wow, a while ago.
Yeah, I don't feel the need for it at the moment. Yeah.
And how much was truthful out of what you found from that person?
Pretty much all of it, yeah.
So you don't need to know your future.
No.
You make your future.
I do. I'm happy the way things are going at the moment, so I don't want to rock that boat.
No, sometimes you don't need to look, do you?
Exactly.
Well, we're going to basically find out everything about Bowen because this is quite an interesting little tool to have and do. Where did it all begin from?
Oh, it started here in Australia.
Yeah.
First of all, Tom was born in Brunswick.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm not sure if he started to do it in Brunswick, but people say that he started in Geelong. As he came back from after war, he kind of discovered in him that properties that God gave him gift, he could feel energy in the body.
Yeah, you're the substitute. You're the new famous guy now, I believe. Yeah.
No.
Because you can tell by looking at somebody the imbalances. Yeah.
Yeah, but what happened? It's not exactly just Bowen because I learned it mostly from Emmett even.
Yeah.
Ross Emmett. Ross Emmett is Bowen of today. I would say this way. Okay, it's a big difference. And don't forget, I'm not the composer, I'm the performer.
Yep.
Okay?
So, by looking at me, what do you see then?
Looking at you, first of all, you put your feet too far apart. it means your balance is not so good.
Okay.
And I would start from to fix your balance. Now you've got what we call head forward posture. You here. You see what I mean?
It's back again, is it?
Yeah, that's it. I would put your head back to normal first, and it will release your tension in the neck and maybe headache. I'm not sure, but looks like. And then I would release all your muscles in the body, like make it really soft and playable.
Yeah. So how long does a session take to balance all those things back into order?
I can do it within half an hour. Yeah, but usually I do it an hour because I want to be sure that person, I check, recheck. I want to be sure that person really well.
So the time frame, say we spend an hour, do I have to keep coming back? Is it something that I'm just obviously doing again, the head's moving forward?
It is. We call it actually what we call re-injury. If you re-injure yourself, you've been under some strong stress, or you've been under, I would say,
Like it's in the way?
yeah, you know what I mean, yeah, or you had some accident or something, you again imbalance, and you have to come for balance again. But it's not like, you come to chiropractor, they say, you have to sign contract and come to me 10 times and then we'll help you.
True.
No, I help from first time, and then just when you feel that you gain imbalance, you come back.
So by the looks of it, with my head being forward and my legs being apart, it's time for another session.
I think so.
So when you look for a psychic, what do you look for?
Just basically what their abilities are.
You thinking energy, or you thinking cards, or?
Spirits more.
Yeah?
More on that side.
So you're pretty spiritual yourself then?
Yep.
So being a spiritual person, why do you need help from here then?
I've never, this is actually first time.
Oh, okay.
So I've been thinking about it, always avoided it. And then I heard of the festival being on and I said there's no other place to go where they're all together. And hopefully I get something.
So what are you looking for? What kind of answers are you thinking?
I'm just nothing, just not really looking for. I'm just curious to see if it is out there and what it's got to say to me if it is out there.
So we're always looking for answers. Are you finding anything here today?
Hopefully. I haven't gone to my reading yet. I've booked it in, so hopefully I get it in.
So who have you got?
Jenny, she's actually not here, so I came to have a peek and see what she was look like and see how she works, but she's not here. I don't know where she is. Yeah.
She's waiting for you. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Pleasure. It's a great event, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a great event.
Now you're what they classify as a witch, yes?
Yes, well, many people classify as a witch, yes.
So how does that differ to say something like a medium or the other forms?
Oh, okay. Well, a medium is a psychic who talks to dead people, basically. You can be a witch is a very different thing. It's a shamanic, ancient tradition. There are many kinds of witches, but not all witches are psychic and not all witches are mediums. So I know I'm confusing everybody there, but
Which witch are you then?
I'm a witch that is also has intuitive abilities and psychic ability, what people would call psychic abilities. But I'm not a medium.
So this has been, witches have been around for forever and a day.
Yes, absolutely.
Is it becoming more popular now? Is it coming back in, or is
it's never went out. Well, except when they were burning us.
Yeah, well, that's going to say.
Still underground.
You wouldn't have to tell anyone you were rich, because what's the reaction of a lot of people?
We still look. One of the missions in my life is to bring honour back to the word witch. Witch was a very honourable word. It actually meant weaver or wise. We were the wise men and women of the village. But when Christianity came along and there was only room for one, so
we're out.
Yeah, we were out. And so, the burning times came and there were, it's a very terrible thing. And the stigma of that, the bad PR that we've had for thousands of years.
How do you get rid of that?
But hundreds of years. Yeah, we're bringing it back. And it's the fastest, just so you know, statistically, paganism in this country is the fastest growing spiritual practice. Right, so there are many of us, but as you say, people are still very shy to admit that they are.
So what is a modern witch now in today? Obviously, people, because like I say, you say a psychic, people go, oh, you went to a psychic. If someone says you go to a witch, they go, really?
Well, some people do. I think that's changing. I mean, I don't, wear the pointy hat and I haven't got
No boil and
fairly
that.
normal person, whatever that might mean. But you know, a witch these days is it can be your doctor, your bus driver, your teacher. It's a very beautiful spiritual practice, and people are now educating themselves to understand what that is.
So what do they come to you for? What do they get from
Well,
that?
there's two things that people generally come to me for. One is oracle work, which is predictive, but generally the thing that people come to me for most popularly is spell casting, a spellcraft. People come when they want to move, when they have energy that is you know, a rut energy for them. They want to change their lives in some way, and witches have always been catalysts for change. That's the way I see it. So I don't cast spells for them, and beware those who say to you that they'll take your money and cast for you. You know, we'll work together to create a spell for you so that you can change your own life.
So is it potions or is it wording?
All of that.
All of that.
All of that. You might have herbs, you might have incense, you might use potions. I grew up potions. All kinds of techniques. But
Cluster of knives under the bed things as
no,
well.
no,
all
we
that?
don't do any of that.
No,
No, we don't curse people.
No, yeah.
We do not cast upon other people. Free will is very important. So the ideas that people had in the past that witches would cast spells on them or make them do something or even fall in love with, you know, that's all, you know.
Is it like also I put a spell on you but it comes back to me threefold? Does it work that way?
Yeah. I mean, our number one law though is harm none and do what you like, right? Sounds a very simple thing, but it's not. Think about it. You know, the moment you clean your teeth, you kill 20 million bacteria, right? So
Poor bacteria.
Yeah, poor bacteria.
Poor bacteria.
But you know, this is what we're looking at.
Yeah.
Real witches are very, very ethical in the way that they you know, live their lives. And if you think about what's happening at the moment with things like the banning animal exports and you know, all that sort of stuff, pagan people generally are very you know, connected to the earth. Pagan means earth honouring. So those sort of issues have been things that most of us have been very passionate about for a long time.
Ben, I'm a naturopath, and Ben and I are also scientists. We come from a medical science background as well.
This is my eye, by the way. Let's go for it.
When we can look at emotional patterns in the eye, and we can look at potential physical traits, and a lot of the potential physical traits and emotional patterns come from basically 3 generations behind you, so parents, grandparents and great-grandparents. So the whole genetic imprinting has been known far longer than science has sort of caught up with it.
That's amazing.
What I'm looking at here very briefly, just with the emotional patterns, you'd be actually very, very good holding a microphone.
Funny about that.
There's 2 types of emotional patterns we look at with you. We call them either an introverted flower or an extroverted flower. These are feeling people. So you, I think, are a bit more what we call the extroverted flower.
I didn't get how you can see all that in an eye. How does it all work? This is just amazing.
So first thing I was drawn to with you, my first impression was a lot of the big round circle markings, and that from the emotional perspective tells me that you're a very feeling, intuitive type person.
So people come to you not only for health or for just, but you give them this whole other aspect too.
It's really more through probably hundreds of years, up to 1,000 years of observation, and the German medical doctors from early in the century really were able to also clearly correlate a lot of the organ problems back to their patient's symptoms. So this has been mapped out for many, many generations.
So that would literally look into your eyes and you can read a person basically. So can you do that just general walking around and looking at people? No. You have to blow it up to a certain size.
Yep, because as you can see,
That would freak me out if you're just staring at me going, you know what, there's a problem with your liver.
there's some things I might be able to briefly see, but to be very honest, if you have someone saying that they do an iridology consultation just very quickly, it's not really enough.
A consultation will take how long about?
Takes about an hour a session in the clinic, but Ben and I also run workshops around Australia where we teach the public and practitioners body signs and symptoms, so how to look into your tongue, your nails, and understand your body talks to you.
We're at the aura and chakra stand. Now, you've got this amazing little technique machine that takes a photo, yes?
It does. It's called biofeedback or aura imaging.
Yep.
And basically it'll work with a sensor plate here, which will read energy points on the hand. the computer program in there will translate that information into an image, as you can see on the screen. That image is it's a representation on what's going on in a person's aura or energy field, and it also puts colours in each of the chakras, the main chakras or energy centres in the body, based on what each of those chakras represents and what that colour represents. So it can give a person a pretty clear picture on what is going on, a bit of a snapshot as to what's going on in their life at the moment.
Pretty intense from just a small photo. I mean, how much training do you have to do for all that?
I've been doing this for a while now. 2003 I started.
Wow. So what's a good aura? What colours? I mean, is there things like colours, you know, you got a good aura is orange or green or so forth?
No, not really. Probably the most, I suppose, negative thing that shows up is stress, which is usually a darker, intense red, but it doesn't always mean stress. It can mean someone who's pushing themselves really hard in life. That's probably the most negative thing that shows up. There's no real negative colour, it's just feedback on what's going on.
Alright, I'm trying to find Michael and Philip over that way, so if there's not, I'll push them on because I've only got a short amount of time. And nobody in that back area knows Michael or Philip? You do. Okay, thank you for putting your hand up because I always look a bit silly.
So you were up on stage before, and obviously there was one exhibitor out there, and it just comes without.
I can't,
any
it's
direction,
random.
yeah.
Well, to Spirit it's not random, but to me it is. I can't actually decide where I need to go. I just feel a pull in my stomach and get the information, and I have to validate it.
So but you can channel, like for instance, if I came to you and asked for something, someone come
Yes,
through, yeah.
Very specifically I can, but on the platform, on the stage, because there's so many people there, and so many people trying to connect with their loved ones, it's almost like the strongest ones come through.
They're transcending through you as the voice.
Yeah, not like having a schizophrenic
No, yeah.
multiple personality, which is fine, by the way. But it's a phone line between spirit, people in spirit, and the living. So I'm a bit like a phone.
So when did that happen with you? When did it all begin?
I've been born with the gifts,
Okay.
but obviously we've all been born with some intuition.
Yep.
But I didn't start practicing until I was about 17. It came out strongly. I'm 35 now.
Did you think at that point you were hearing things and going crazy? I mean, how do you channel that into knowing where it's coming from?
It takes a lot of practice and speaking to a lot of people and getting a lot of things right.
So what do you think is on the other side? What's your interpretation of the other side?
Okay, I've written whole books and everything about it, and the main thing is that there's no physicality, there's no physical body. So we're not limited to just having this male or female body, we're spirit. So on the other side, you connect with animals that you've been close to, friends, family members, and I don't believe there is any heaven or hell, there's just different levels. So preschool, prep down here, all the way up to university.
So who decides in what levels? Is it just for when you pass, is it?
When you pass, what you've experienced, what you've learnt, what you've helped on a bigger, grander scale as well. Yeah.
So nothing to fear, really.
No. So, for example, if you were Hitler, for example, you'd be in preschool. Yet if you're like Nelson Mandela or the Dalai Lama, high-end university, you know. So it just depends on your life experience.
Wanted to go to one of these, so here I am.
So what are you finding?
Everything.
So this is unexpected tourist, really, isn't it?
It is. I've seen this about 3 years. I've been saying, yes, I'll go, because we're from New South Wales. And so I just thought, well, you go to the boat show, you do what you want to do, and I'll go here.
That's a fair trade. Now, what have you learned? What have you found?
Oh, so much. I've had a massage.
Okay, that's good.
I've had a health check, which was very accurate.
Yeah. So you're in good health now, or you're certified.
And just some little bits and pieces. Yep.
One of the things to do at the Mind, Body, Spirit, and thing, it's about relaxation, and a great way to relax is aromatherapy. Yeah.
Correct.
So you've got a lot of these candles here. Tell us about certain scents and what they do.
Basically, we have about close to 40 different fragrances in our range. anything from the frankincense and myrrh, which is quite relaxing, to something a bit more fruitier, like the berries and that, which is sort of a bit more uplifting, along with the lemongrass and lemon. So it's very cleansing to the house.
So what's in it? Is it actual oils as well, or?
Yeah, so they're actually high-grade perfume oils made with soy wax. So the soy wax is a natural alternative to your paraffin wax.
So what does that mean?
So
Burn
basically,
slower, or?
it does burn slower, burns longer, and it's just cleaner to burn.
Okay, so you're not got those little dark marks on the wall.
Yeah, no. Basically, you've got the lead-free wicks, which actually it creates a smoke, but it's like a white smoke rather than a black smoke.
Can you oversensitize yourself with this sort of thing, or?
Generally not. If you have too many going at the same time, it's probably not recommended. Normally, like one in each room is probably a standard one.
And also, I know she got this little vapor thing here as well. So.
Humidifiers, diffusers, they've been very popular. And what you do, that's more of a natural thing, sort of helps with asthma sufferers, hay fevers, stuff like that, and just works.
Cleansing the room.
Using pure essential oils as well. So you're not putting, there's no artificial anything in there, they're just pure 100% pure essential oils, and then you can mix and match to blend whatever.
I'm a sick building syndrome consultant, and I also manufacture a whole range of harmonising tools for sick buildings and also mobile phones, cars and personal protection. So
this is all about energy, isn't it? And bad energy from phones and things. What are they caused by, these energies?
It's the cause is the electromagnetic fields. Either be electromagnetic, be radiation from radio frequency, microwave, or electromagnetic radiation from electrical systems.
How do we escape it?
I've got a range of products here which will fix that. They neutralise all the electromagnetic fields. Have one thing in common, is that they all have positive ion fields, and positive ion to humans is a bit like kryptonite to Superman. So what these products do is they balance the positive ion fields with negative ion fields. Once it's balanced with negative ion, the positive ion fields are no longer putting any stress on different organs in the body.
How do you find this out, and how do you get to this level? I mean, how do you know what's imbalancing in your life?
You can use technocratic tools like Gauss meters and RF meters, or if you're sensitive, and most people have a sensitivity to energy, if you know what energy fields occur where, you can actually sense them yourself. You can read them. Like I'm doing Google Earth readings here.
Oh, okay.
So where we get your house up on Google Earth, I can actually read the energy of what's going on in the house through the screen.
No way.
Yeah.
So you can tell from my property what's going on.
Exactly, yeah.
Is it getting easier to work those things out now because of technology, but the technology is adding those elements as well, isn't it?
Well, you have to be aware of how the technology works. For example, digital TV beams create a radio frequency or an electromagnetic field which is quite dangerous in front of it for up to 400 metres. So when we're reading Google Earth, we look at all the Earth energies and other things, but we also look at what digital TV beams are going through your house. Smart meters are another one. They create a microwave beam going back to a tower.
So with some of the items you've got, I mean, they're not a big piece. So how of a radius does that work?
Well, the energy pendants work for 10 metres around the person.
10 metres? Oh, that's quite a distance.
That's important to some people who are electro-hypersensitive. Everything they look at, they read that energy subconsciously and affects organs in the body, so you have to go beyond that. The GeoCleans, which plugs into PowerPoint, I've got one plugged in.
Okay.
Over there.
Oh, so it's this little thing here.
That is capable of neutralising the entire building. It's actually neutralised this whole site. You only need one.
One of those. So you're doing it right now?
Yeah, absolutely. So if I turn it off, the energy in the whole building just drops. Yeah.